Hey y'all, I'm Ryan Devlin, and welcome to the Struggle Climbing Show's Training Tip Tuesday this week in celebration of one of the most impressive accomplishments in our sport, the 8th anniversary of the free ascent of the Dawn Wall by two former guests of the show, of course, Sirs Tommy Caldwell and Kevin Jorgeson. So rather than focus on a specific training protocol in this mini-sode as we typically do, we're going to hear from KJ on what it takes to take on something so hard, so improbable, that it very well might not happen. For him and Tommy, that, of course, was the hardest big wall in the world. For me, just recently, it was a 12D sport route at the Red, and for you, it could be a V2 boulder at the gym or breaking into 514. As Kevin says, we all have our own Dawn Wall. So I asked him, in our interview last season, how he dealt with the pressures of the will it or won't it go, because we all deal with that on our own level. Let's hear what Kevin had to say on the topic.
Climbing's supposed to be hard. That's kind of what we signed up for. On one hand, yes, the moment is intense and it means a lot to you personally. Like, obviously you want to succeed. And on the other hand, like, this is what you signed up for. Like, you knew it was going to be hard and here it is. So how are you reacting to that? And there's this, I don't know who came up with it, probably mountaineers or something like that, but this idea of the fun scale where there's what an experience is like in the moment versus what the memory is like. And they're not always the same thing. And I think non-climbers can attest to this as well. But type 1 fun is fun in the moment and fun when you look back on it. But type 2 fun is not so fun at the moment. But when you look back on it, you're really proud. It's a really awesome memory. And those are the experiences that good stories are made of. And those are the ones where you're pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone and coming out the other side a little bit stronger or a little bit wiser. But without that hardship, life is just a bunch of type 1 fun, which maybe for some, that's the life they want to live. But man, I love trying to be at the intersection of like possible and impossible, comfort and discomfort, because I think that's where we discover what we're capable of. You know, that doesn't come without a lot of hardship, a lot of elective hardship, to be clear. Like, this is the most privileged form of hardship one can imagine, the deliberately voluntary hardship. But, you know, that morning, January 9th, I woke up, 2 days rest, conditions are perfect. It's cloudy, it's windy. It hadn't been either of those two things the entire time we were up there, with the exception of a storm day on day 5 when it was like minus 20. So I just felt so grateful. I don't remember feeling stressed. Remember being like really focused, but there was a sense of calm and a sense of gratefulness that like, that it's supposed to be hard, but look at the position you're in. You're up here with your best friends. You've got perfect conditions. You're on 2 days rest. You've said to everything up until here. And now you have the opportunity to put this pitch down. And that brought a smile to my face. Sure, I was like a little bit nervous, of course, but like, most of all, this is what we signed up for. Like, we set off 14 days prior knowing it was going to be a battle, just like the previous 6 years were. So when that hardship comes, it's a lot easier to embrace it when you expect it. It's not a surprise. So doing your best to just like embrace it when it comes. And if you can, in some kind of sick, twisted, type 2 fun kind of way, enjoy it at the same time, then you kind of have yourself a recipe for really pushing yourself and, I think, finding a lot of growth on the other side.
Man, how beautiful is that perspective, y'all? I hope that you are working a healthy dose of type 2 fun into your training and climbing and embracing the struggle as you go. Huge shout out, Kevin and Tommy, to you guys for dreaming up the impossible, working insanely hard for many, many years, and then ultimately pulling off one of the most incredible feats in climbing just about exactly 8 years ago. Your effort on the Big Stone inspired millions of people, including myself, to explore our own intersection of impossible and possible. Thank you guys so mega. If y'all want to hear more about Kevin and Tommy's time on the Wall of Early Morning Light, check out Kevin's interview in season 1 and Tommy's interview in season 2, and then get out there and take on your own Dawn Wall, whatever that is to you. You got this. Struggle makes us stronger. Let's climb hard and do good things in the world.